So I got a request to do Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Haven't even watched the movie in a while, but that gave me inspiration to check it out, so hope you like it. So the idea is to take this image and go ahead and create the sculpt of him holding the guitar. So as always, start with a base and armature wire. I actually take the armature wire and create a frame modeling what Stitch is going to look like. So after adding a base layer of clay and pre-baking it to make it hard, I can then start creating the shape of how Stitch is going to be holding his guitar. Once I get the right shape that I like, I'm going to start adding some clay to start bulking it with a second layer of super sculpty clay. Adding more and more to slowly just start bulking out the area and creating the shape that you would like to have on your character. Now that I got that second layer pre-baked, I can start adding some details like the little toenails that Stitch is going to have on the bottom there. Every little detail counts, so I'm making the little skin around the nails. Now that I'm done with the details of his feet, I'm going to go ahead and start shaping his head. And he has that really big mouth as well too, so I have to make sure I have that opening big enough. Once I got the head made, now I can start adding the glue to the body. Now I'll start blending in the head to the body with a little bit more clay. Now making the ears out of cow's clay so they don't break. The black cow's clay is a great clay because once baked it is flexible and prevents it from cracking. I added some armature wire to help keep it in place while baking. After attaching the ears, which wasn't too hard, I realized the ears were just a little too big. Now that's better. New ears. And of course he has to have his little mohawk. Almost done with his body, just have to make his arms now. I had to position the arms first, then make the guitar so I can find a right placement for his hands. I decided to make the staff of the guitar out of wood. Not sure, just maybe, hopefully it stays strong. Once cut, I'm just going to use my Dremel to shape it to the right shape since it's wood. Once trimmed down with a Dremel, then I can go ahead and attach it to the guitar base. It looks about right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and just add a little bit of paint to it. I think that's gonna work. Looks about the right size. Now time to make the hands. The hands are always a little bit tough. I decided to also make those out of cosplay, so therefore the little fingers won't break off. That's why it looks black. Once it's painted, it's not going to look that bad actually. After securing the guitar, time to make the last few details like the eyes. I also didn't record making the teeth. That took a while and it was a little hard to position the camera and get the right angle while I was inserting the teeth in. Just about done. Let's give this guy now a paint over. See how he looks in his natural colors. Some colors, like on the ears, went on really thin, so it took about 10 layers to get it right. Gotta give them nice and dark black nails. Every detail counts, even his back. Few little dots for the eyes. And now to the next. There we go. Let's give him some nice white chompers. Time to give him a nice glossy eye with some resin and a black light to cure it. That'll give it a nice shiny gloss. Time to add on the guitar strings. Now that looks nice, but we're not done. Time to make his chair. Start off with a flat sheet of clay, and after I double it up on it to make it a little bit thicker, I'll go ahead and cut it down to shape to the size that I need. Now that I got the right shape, now I can start adding some details like the wood grains. Try to give it as much a realistic look as possible. Now using a stiff brush adds a little bit more details and gives it texture. Okay, let's now roll out some legs. Adding some armature wire will help keep the legs nice and strong and won't break. It's all coming together, almost about to look like a chair. Now let's go ahead and give it a back. Once baked, let's go ahead and start adding some wood grain colors. I thinned it out as much as possible so that way it'll go nice and thin and get into the cracks. Now let's go ahead and add some ropes to the legs. I didn't film much of this, but you'll see how it turned out. Looks pretty good now, but once painted, it'll really give you the details on there. Let's add some paint to the back of the chair too. And last, let's get some really watered down black paint to give us a nice wash, a dirt wash. It really adds the details once you see it up close. Just about done. Got to get every single inch of it. Now let's see what it looks like all together. There's the chair, and let's add stitch to it. Well, hope you liked the video, guys. Thank you for watching. Follow and share.